Hi everyone, welcome to Maybe. I'm May, and today I'm going to be talking about the Demon Slayer movie that just came out, The Infinity Castle. So there's going to be spoilers, so be careful. Okay, so we started off right where the series ended. So if you didn't see the series, what are you doing here? Uh, Especially the last two episodes. Come on, those were amazing. They could have been movies themselves. Anyway, so we start out right then. They're in the Infinity Castle, and there's all the Hashiras and our favorite characters running around trying to find the Michael Jackson wannabe. So they're getting into the fights with a lot of the upper ranks. The lower ranks of the Demon Slayer Corp are running around trying to help them. We do find out that the Master had other kids who are like working this thing about like trying to figure out the map of this ever-changing castle. Oh my gosh. And then so anyway, so everything's happening, the music and everything. So it was a really good movie. I did enjoy it. I do feel it had little problems, so I'm here to talk about my ratings. So as usual, I will talk about the kind of relationships there are in the movie. So whether it's a white flag, green flag, yellow flag, red flag, or black flag, or NA. So white flag means pure relationship, green is healthy, yellow is redeemable, red is bad, black you're gonna die, and NA is for a story that doesn't actually follow with romantic relationships, or they're not important to the story. In this case, there is none in this specific movie, so yeah, NA. And then my readings are the average of all the categories I have. So you add them all up, you divide it by however many categories there are, and you get the total. So we start with directing, which is an average itself from cinematography, flow pace, and editing. And but I also have these categories as well. So we have directing, cinematography, plot, flow pace, original soundtrack, theme song, emotional impact, characters, character development, acting, chemistry between couples, mascot logo, and the ending. So in this case, the directing came to a 7. I will get to it. Cinematography was a 9. It was beautiful, it's gorgeous, it's very well done. It is really a mix between the animated style and the CGI. They make them blend very well. Plot 9, it was very good. You know the story, so you should have read the manga. And then flow pace, I put it as a 6. Don't come after me, okay? The problem is there was a pacing issue. There were some points in which I'm like, just like, even my mom was like, what time is it? Like, stop looking at your clock. But like, there were some times in which some things dragged out a little too long. Like the bad guy with the tattoos that killed Rengoku, like that guy, his story could have been shortened to 15 minutes. I'm like, and I know I cried so much during that part, but at the same time, I'm like, you could have cut that shorter, that shorter, that short. And I know Demon Slayer only has a little pacing issue that at some points you're like, it's just boring. And then it picks up, and like, oh my god, but like it's a high and low, and it's a constant high and low, and it's too much. And in the movie, you really noticed it because it's 2 hours and a half of a movie, and you're like, get on with it. Also because you really want to see the action. Whatever. Anyway. So then I have the editing. I put it as a 6. I can tell exactly where they're going to end each episode, because this is going to be like the Mugen Train. They put the movie out, but then they're going to do it as snippets in the episodes. So it's actually going to be like a series, and this is like a series. Like the last one is 8 episodes if you break it up, and I could tell exactly where it was going to end. My sister and I came out of it. It's like, you knew where it was going to end? It's like, yeah, I knew where it was going to end. And I figured out what the commercial breaks are going to be. Like, seriously, you could see it. Like, they set it up so that you could be a series and it's a film, But, like, there's ways to do it. But I'm like, I can tell. So the original soundtrack, again, amazing. It's gorgeous. All of their themes are great. It doesn't... it's not as good as Rengoku's theme. That one was just like, oh my gosh, but it's still really, really good. So I put it down as a 9. Theme song I put down as an 8. It was really good. I really liked it. The beginning was awesome how they did it. Emotional impact, I put it as an 8. So I cried so much, like so much. I was like, oh my god, like I was just sobbing, and then there was people behind me like, "Did you sobbing?" I'm like, "I'm sobbing. What do you want from me?" But at the same time, the pacing kept like interrupting that emotional impact that it's supposed to have. And I'm like, it was frustrating at times. Characters 10, we all know them, we all love them, how can they not be? And I know everything about the good guys, the bad guys, whatever, I know them. Character development 10, oh my gosh, Zenitsu, oh my gosh, what happened with Tanjiro, oh my gosh. Even the demons that the last one was like, just die. Oh, it was really a lot of development happening within the characters. Even the little kids, masters kids who were helping him, they're trying to get over the fact that their parents and their sisters killed themselves not killed themselves, sacrificed themselves for this to happen. So that was a lot. As for acting, again, they were very exceptional actors, but I did put them down as a 7. It didn't feel as connected as usual. And I felt like even the Michael Jackson wannabe, like, I forget his name. I'm so bad at names. Like his voice sounded different. And it's like it was trying too hard to be like cool. I don't know. It just didn't feel like it. Chemistry. There's no couples right now. I mean, there are, but like there's not here. So I didn't I didn't count that one. Mascot and logo. So this one I put it as for the marks that come up, that show up. So yeah, they show up and they're like, oh my god, so it's important. So I put that as an 8. So ending, I put it as a 6. So it was right to end it where it was, but the way it ended, I was like, oh, this is just like an episode. Like it just felt like like the series, like, when you get the break in between the series, that last episode before the series has that break for having the second part of the same series. Yeah, that's how it felt. And I was like, I don't know. It just wasn't as good as I wanted to be. It's like at one point my sister and I looked at each other going, the credits are starting. Did it end? I thought it was just, but whatever. Anyway, so I felt like the ending was too predictable and like too much like it was part of a series. Again, it just felt like this was meant to be a series, and they're like, you know what, let's make it into a movie. And I'm like, really? So whatever, trying to get more money, because then you go to the series as well, and you gotta see it because they're gonna add extra shit to it. So you're like, whatever. Anyway. So the total, it was 103. So the total ratings comes to 103. You divide it by 13 categories because I didn't do the chemistry one, and it comes to 7.9, which is a really high score. It was more than I expected that I would put on. But like I said, there's a lot wrong with it in my opinion, but there was a lot of really good, because I really liked Demon Slayer, but the pacing is always an issue, and the way it was done as a series in my opinion. That's I'm not a professional, so this is all my personal thing, but the fact that the rating came up so high, I was like, really? But that's how scoring works. But yeah, so it is really nice, it is really good. Watch it in cinema because it's like, oh my god, it's right there, and then you get the poster for free, so yay. But do keep in mind there are things that are wrong with it, but there's things wrong with everything. 7.9 is a really good score anyway, and I really enjoyed it. So but I'm gonna wait until it comes on TV to see it again, so because I watched it in IMAX, so that was really good. I wanted to see it in 4DX, but my mom wanted to see it too, and I'm like, no, she's gonna come up without broken bones, because the 4DX, the chair punches you as well. When I went to Endgame, I came out all bruised, so I was like, no. So IMAX it was. For as cool as it would be, I don't think I would do it in 4DX because I've already seen it. And because I know the pacing issue and things like that, I want to see it as a series, so that there's the break in between the episodes. So we'll see. Anyway, so that was my rating on Demon Slayer. Let me know if you agree with my rating or not. And so yeah, I hope to see you guys around soon. Bye.